Hey folks, how's it going? It's been a bit. It's getting a little cold here. We're entering the end of December. We've got a new year coming up, and I'm going to kind of do just a brief year in review on my contrary play. Every year I find something that is hated, or I don't know if hate's the right word, but is so out of favor that just no one is really thinking and talking about it. The previous contrary play that I had was British Tobacco Company, and I started buying that in the middle of 2023. So I've been holding that for over 2 years at this point. And I was looking at British Tobacco is up, BTI is up 57% year to date, and like 95% over the last 2 years. And I don't even think this includes dividends. And I noticed that the very first portions I bought were up like 65%. And back then I had like an 8% yield, not 80, 8% yield. So, we're basically up over 100% in quite a bit of the shares that I've been buying. I didn't buy that many shares of BTI this year, unfortunately, despite that it's up, 57%. I might have reinvested some dividends and bought some here and there, but it wasn't like I bought in 2023 and 2024. So that was my contrary play back then. And the whole reason I bought that was everybody was like, this company's garbage. It's, has done nothing for 5 years. And that was part of my reason. It's very simplistic reasoning, and I'll talk about that a little more today. So what was this year's contrary play? It was Palladium, and maybe I'll put a chart over here on the screen somewhere. And Palladium, man, what can I say? It's up 103% year to date. I was looking at my own positions. I started buying February the 19th, and that lot is up 91%. I am up 78% overall. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't like some gigantic position, right? Not enough to like change my life or anything like that. But still, it's getting to be a pretty nice chunk of change in my IRA over there. But yeah, so Palladium's up 103%. I was just looking, gold is up 72%, but it is being destroyed by silver, 145% year to date. At least that's what Yahoo says. Sometimes their numbers can be weird, and I don't even have time to go fishing around for things. So I'm just assuming that that's accurate. It looks like it is something. And if it's not, it's close, right? We basically, in summary, these precious metals are up gigantic, right? So, Palladium, basically, the reason I picked Palladium is that there was basically no reason for this to be going up. There's the Ukraine-Russia conflict thing going on, war, and that has certainly got some intricacies involved with Palladium, but that's not really what was making it go up. You're just having an incredible bear or bull market in precious metals right now, and Palladium is used in cars, of course, and so everybody was saying that, nobody's going to be, there was basically no bullish case for Palladium for cars because of platinum, electric vehicles, and so forth, all that stuff. And that was my reasoning. I'm going to have to move the camera, it seems like. I hate when that happens. But basically, just no bullish case whatsoever for Palladium. And I was like, you know what? Let's start a position. I took Palladium and I divided it over the S&P 500, and I'll put that up on the screen. And I was like, this thing is really out of favor, and I feel like it's undervalued. And so that's why I started buying it. And I've been buying a little bit, every month or so, I think. So I had kind of a larger position in the beginning, and then I just started adding little pieces here and there. Ticker symbol PALL, if you're wondering. I'm not buying the physical. I want to be able to unload it fast, because this could go the wrong way for me very, very quickly. And I don't want to be like on not Facebook Marketplace, but somewhere trying to unload a bunch of stacks of Palladium. That wouldn't be good, right? So this is a trade. I'm not done. I think that this is going much, much higher. I think I'm looking, I've talked about this. I'm looking for a 3x, maybe, or 2x at least. I think it's going to get there. I don't know when. It could be going back down before it gets there, but I've got long-term on my horizon here, and I'm just going to keep holding it. I hope all of you have been doing well in the stock market. It's been kind of a little bumpy ride up a little bit there towards the end of the last month, and now it looks like it's headed back up. I think we're going to finish the year positive, of course, because we're up like over 17%. I think that I don't know if I want to call this a Santa Claus rally, but I think we're going to be okay. At the same time, I don't think we have long, and I'll explain that in another video in more detail. But over here, just look at the silver to oil chart, and I think we are in our 6 months or so away from a recession, is what I think. I'm not trying to predict anything so much, but I'm just saying, like, the data just looks like it. So silver to oil is looking very bad ratio. Historically, we are now above the 1980s, 70s, 80s numbers. It's never really been this high, at least according to my chart on macro trends. So I don't think we have long. So, you might want to keep your fingers near the trigger, is all I'll say. I'm staying invested. I've still bought some more today. I bought more XLG today. I think you just have to play the game and watch it like a hawk, as usual. All right. Hope you all have a nice holiday out there for those of you that celebrate. And I'll be back on here probably a bit more often. Work has kind of slowed down, so I'm able to get back on here. But you all have a nice holiday, and I'll see you next time.